You guys have literally altered the course of pop music.
I'm in heaven. I'm eating food, free drinks. I'm like, this is incredible.
Artificial intelligence, not artificial creativity.
Yeah. I'm DJing in Ibiza at Amnesia with Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike.
That's not a question.
This is the start to our show,
This is the best start to
I didn't know. I was like, is that a question? You're looking at me while you're saying it. I'm like, what? All right, start over. Okay.
Live and direct. Go!
This is Guest List Plus One, live.
You're listening to Guest List Plus One, live, where we have a conversation at the intersection of music, technology, and culture. Welcome to Guest List Plus One. I'm your host, Spencer Zabiela.
And I'm your host, LaRock.
Guest List Plus One is where we bring you right to the intersection of music, technology, and culture. So with that,
let's get started. Spence, you want to do me a favor and just read off what the definition of technology is so we could kind of level set?
Sure, yeah. Technology is the capability given by the practical application of knowledge.
Okay, nerd shit. But anyways, how you doing, Roland?
I still don't understand what the word
Well, listen.
No, I'm just trying to say.
We're trying to, really bridge the gap here between like what is technology and how it plays such like a big part in like what we do as artists and musicians.
Gotcha.
And Roland, we've known each other for about a decade now.
Yeah.
I basically want to just like run through your story. Like Spencer and I are just here to be like guests on your journey. We recently did our other good friend Michael Moog for a podcast, and it was like really eye-opening to see where technology like played roles. Because you made a quote about him when we were speaking prior to this that he's always lived in the future, and I've always felt that about you. You guys have always used technology to enhance what you do as artists. So could you take Spencer and I a little bit through your journey from the beginning, where you started, and how you got into the music world?
I actually started with Moog and his brother Calvin. He was the first person.
In East Orange?
East Orange, New Jersey.
Yep.
We were neighbors. He was the first person I saw with a home studio. I didn't know you could put those things in your house.
Was he recording tape,
He
ADAT?
recorded electric drums. I never saw those before. Everything was like futuristic. Even the way he dressed was just like weird.
I don't want to hear about the outfit.
Yeah.
Moog was...
Most people get beat up if you dress like him in downtown, but he was so cool.
Yeah, but if you know how to play guitar, it's like free pass.
it kind of balances things out.
Yeah.
Moog was older than you, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, don't use
Like 10
real
years,
ages.
something like that. Nah, he's a little older, just a little, not a lot.
So him and his family, from what he explained, were really musical, and you were a neighbor. Did they kind of intro you into like what the recording process was? Were you already playing instruments?
So how we all met was, I had a neighbor named Kirk Roundtree, asshole. But he was my friend. You ever have a friend that was just an asshole, but you still hung out with them? They were just cool. Anyway, I'm on Kirk's porch, and this guy walks by with an acoustic guitar, no shoes,
that
and
guy.
long hair, and it was Calvin.
Okay, all right.
And he came on Kirk's porch and go, "Oh, who's this?" Like, it was nice, hippie. Like, it was nice to meet you, bro. I was like, "Yeah."
Now here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, that was my neighbor, and I was like, it was just exciting to see somebody like playing guitar walking down the street. So we got to know each other, and I saw them writing songs, and like I'm 15 years old, so this is a world to me. I never saw. I was like, wow, people do this at their house.
It's like magical at that point.
Yeah. So one day I said, "Yo, teach me how to write songs like you guys do," and he taught me like within a week how to write a song. But
Within a week.
yeah, the way he teaches you is like.
So what how old were you when this happened?
I was like 15, 16 years old.
And this was your first foray into any sort of musical
Meeting those
production?
guys, I would not be in the music industry if it wasn't for Calvin Gaines and Michael Moog.
And what year was this, roughly?
Come on, dude. Really? I'm not a chick. Don't do this. Come on.
I mean, Calvin and Moog in his own right, like went on to produce some like really, like Calvin did like Gaga's first album.
Yeah.
So it's not like you got schooled by a group of people that like went on to play in like a bar band. Like these are people that like really cut their teeth with some of the best artists
Well,
out there.
from the time we met to Lady Gaga, it's a big thing.
Big
Like,
gap.
I mean, my first introduction into recording studios was me and Calvin was the yards people for this apartment complex.
Like maintenance.
Like maintenance. And it was like winter, and he would leave at 1 p.m. and never come back. I'm like, where's he? I need help. And then he told me where he was going to a studio called Calliope, and I was like, I want to go. And I went. It was this huge, like 4,000 square foot almost
Damn.
studio, couches and everything. And I just kind of hung out and didn't go back to work. We quit. It didn't pay any money. And
You guys just stopped showing up.
yeah. And I just hung out there for 5 years.
Really?
So basically, we just answered phones, and they did sessions. They were real engineers. And I said, I want to be an engineer. You know, and Cal stuck me in the program room. He was like, keep pushing these buttons till you figure it out. Literally. And I was like, okay. So I started pushing buttons. Next thing you know, I'm engineering a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. But for the most part, we just lived life. We didn't get paid. We had like an honor system, like
So the door was open and you guys just walked in and had essentially free reign?
Yeah, people would come into the studio to record, like LaRock, you guys, Ultramagnetic MCs. These are old groups.
Oh, yeah.
Salt and Pepper.
I mean, go back to Ultramagnetic. I mean, I want to...
Sonic. And I watched all these guys do their first albums and stuff. So
you know Cool Keith.
I know Cool Keith.
Oof.
I know all those guys. Prince, Daddy-O.
So, I mean, that was really similar to when I met Spencer. I mean, you had that open door policy at Key and Needle where it was like, it was more about just bringing people in to like do shit. It was less like, it was more about bringing the right people in than it was like, big artists or whatever.
So in other words, he didn't know what he was doing. He needed you.
I did not know what I was doing. In fact, when I first met Moog, I was moving into the studio and he said, don't do it. Bitch, don't do this.
Don't do the
and
studio.
I was like, okay, like, what are you talking about?
No, sometimes you just gotta do it.
He had like 3 or 4 studios, didn't he?
Oh, yeah. We had a studio on 30th Street that was built by Dick Scott. So it was a real studio.
Yeah.
And of course, he took over. Like, move.
Was this the one where he like put all the HVAC on the...
Yeah, you had to ask Phil for permission. Like, can I record today? But the coolest thing we ever did in that studio with Calvin, we met Patty Austin. If you don't know who she is, she's a huge singer for Quincy Jones. And she came and recorded for me and Calvin one day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So that was like the coolest thing that happened. I was like, ooh. But Phil, he...
What did you guys feel like at that time you were like pushing the envelope? Like, cause like when Phil explains it and like setting up the MIDI room and like, having the native tongues and people coming through, like everything was kind of bleeding edge at that moment, right? Because prior to that, if you like flashed maybe 5, definitely 10 years before that, like there weren't a lot of synths around. You guys, everybody was recording to like magnetic tapes.
This is what happened. Well, first let's clear this up. Phil and Moog are the same person.
Yeah.
So I call him Phil because I've known him for so long, and I can't bring myself to call him Moog. Everyone else calls him Moog, so I'm the only one that calls him Phil. So
I call him Phil, like,
when I
like
talk
when your
about
mom's
Phil,
mad at
people
you.
go, who? I'm like, Moog, So, but Moog was the first one. He was always the first one to bring technology to us, right? He'll be like, yo, did you see this new da-da-da-da?
He's still like that.
And we're like, no, we didn't see that. What does it do? Oh, man, it's so freaking cool. It does this, da-da-da-da-da. We're like,
whatever.
That is cool. And then he'll put it in the rack, and then we're using it. And then 2 weeks later, he's like, yo, there's a new da-da-da-da-da-da. We're like, oh, shit. So he's always the one bringing us technology. Calvin brought me technology, but subtly, like, yo, check this out.
Yeah, he's always about like the practical application of it. And Phil just likes toys.
But even more than just music, he'll like watches. He's like, yo, check this out. And it's like, okay, he's the tech guy, of us. Yeah. So yeah.
So okay, so you're in the studio for an ungodly amount of time, 5 years of just noodling on all sorts of the MIDI room, as Moog put it, right?
Room,
there was like a separate MIDI room that was like all programmed synths and all that stuff.
That's where I slept.
Right, programmed drums and all that, yeah. And you're working with all these prolific artists and you're exposed to all these sort of, incredible producers and learning from them. What's the moment where you create a record that then kind of leads to some sort of commercial success?
It was a few moments like that. There was an A&R director by the name of Merlin Bob. He just got his job at Atlantic Records. He went on to be senior executive vice president at Elektra. Signed everybody from Tori Amos to Brandy to Buster.
Yeah.
But I was his first dance music signing ever for Atlantic Records. I didn't know that. So he came into the studio one day and goes, hey, you guys write songs, right? And at the time I was like, I do, but I'm not good. I didn't tell him. So Calvin goes, yeah, we write songs. And he goes, I need a song for this group called Serious Intention. They had a big dance record at the time. They needed a second single. So we kind of threw something together, this song called Why, but we didn't have a singer. I'm not a singer. But there's an artist by the name of Colonel Abrams at the time. No, at the time, trust me.
I know, but it's for what you're known for.
So at the time, there was an artist named Colonel Abrams. he had the biggest dance records out at the time. And I said, well, I could do a Colonel Abrams imitation, you know. So I just imitated Colonel Abrams on the record. It was a song called Why. And we showed it to Merle and Bob, like, yeah, here you go, bro. And he goes, yeah, nah. He said, I don't like it. We was like, okay, no harm, no foul. He goes, no. I don't like it for them. I like it. Who sang it?
Oh, so all of a sudden you were like,
That was it. And I was like, yeah, I was 19, 20. He goes, yeah, I sang it. He goes, you want a deal? I didn't even know what that meant. I was like, yeah, let's
They
deal.
gave you a
Like,
record deal?
give me like $7,000.
Wow.
And I was like,
80s money.
I was gonna say, in
But
the
at
80s.
19, $7,000, it's like I'm rich, you know. So I was like, I guess this is what I do, you know. And I just kept writing songs. Like there was a girl named Chanel. She was on Profile Records. Her song went #1 pop all of UK. The one I wrote for her.
Wow.
So it's almost like I didn't think you could lose in the music industry. That's the reason why I stayed. Like,
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're making $7,000 at 19 years old for
yeah, but everything we did to me was dope.
Right.
And it was just like I thought everybody was dope.
So do you
Yeah.
feel like it was, I mean, I don't want to say it was the right place at the right time or even frame a question like that, but like clearly you have talent. You have been doing it since then, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And like you've had more and more successful releases, especially if we look towards the dance music world. But like, do you feel that there was some component of it that was right place, right time, or
All of it was right place, right time. So it's almost like if you surround yourself with plumbers, don't try to be an electrician. You're gonna learn how to plumb. You know, you're gonna learn how to be a plumber. So that's what I did. I was surrounding myself with.
plumber, are you? Okay, we're
I was surrounded by producers, musicians, A&R directors. By the time we got to Dick Scott Entertainment, I'm looking eye to eye with the president of Sony Music, like, hey, how you doing? You know, like, well, how you doing, Roland? Like first name basis, famous artist agency. They handled Janet Jackson. They were across the street. I would go across the street and go, what's up, Jamie? Hey, what's up, Roland?
Yeah.
So we were at that level, just knowing these people, and to see people go from 0 to 1 million,
Yeah.
it's exciting. It's like, if they can do it, I can do it. You know.
Was there like a moment on the when you were writing these records and people are like listening to them and like someone spots you on the street and you're like, oh shit, I'm famous?
No. For the first 5 years, I kind of hid the fact that I was even doing the records.
Yeah, because
Under a different alias?
I was
or-
embarrassed of being a singer.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't think I could sing.
What
Everybody just-
alias was that?
I had South Street Player, Keita, Urban Soul, which is a big one.
Right.
I had tons of aliases, Urban Babies.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, so I would just, don't put my name on the record. No, I don't want anybody to know.
Right. Just
And
take your money.
And I forgot when I started using my real name, but
Were you ever like performing any of these live or?
I did. However, how can I explain this? I didn't do it because I wanted to be some kind of star. I did it because my friends were doing it, like Reggie and Ronald Burrell and Adiva and all of these huge dance artists. And they was like, you want to do it? I was like, fuck yeah, you know.
So you're having fun.
Yeah, they was having fun. They would send us limos, like real limos to the house. Like, hey, I'm getting a limo to do my show, ma, bye, you know. And it was cool. It was just like, I'm a star. But when that ended, I was like, well, this is bullshit. I don't want to go by myself, you know. So I just stopped doing it. I was like, all right, it's not fun anymore. You know.
What happened next?
New Kids, well, I skipped the whole section with New Kids on the Block. We was working for Dick Scott Entertainment, thanks to Moog.
And Dick Scott had the biggest acts. He had Tiffany, New Kids
on the Block. Funny story, there would be no New Kids on the Block if it wasn't for Michael Moog. I don't know if he told you that.
He's a facilitator, yes.
I mean,
Yeah, he facilitated.
He did claim that, but it sounded like a
I
pretty
was
viable
there.
story.
No, he was there. So basically, Dick Scott came down to Calliope Studio where he was recording with these guys. And I'm trying to imitate Dick Scott. Hey, boys, why are you boys working for this white man? And we were like, we're living rent-free. We have money. It's like the honor system. We just take cash and we record for free. And he goes, you boys need real jobs. And we was like, okay, come to my office. 53rd and 7th. Went to his office, me, him, Seven Fisher, and Calvin. And he said, I got these 5 little kids. I'm going to get rid of them. I'm tired of these bastards. They're costing me too much fucking money.
Just guys that worked admin in the office?
Philip changes his mind. Don't do it. Keep them.
Oh, this was
Phillips. Philip said, don't get rid of them. Keep them.
This was New Kids.
Wow.
And it was New Kids on the Block.
Wow.
So if it wasn't for Phil, who knew? So at that point,
How do you get him to change his mind, though?
huh?
How do you get him to change his mind?
He said, take them from the R&B department and put them in the pop department and see what happens.
And Interesting.
And then I think they tested the record in Miami, Please Don't Go Girl.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you
Did
said
great
like,
on
yeah,
radio.
like Sarasota or something.
Yeah.
Now, for the listeners though at home, like what do you mean by put them from the R&B department into the
So
pop department?
when you have a group on a record label, if I'm singing rap, you're not going to put me in the country department. For the country people to promote me and handle me, you're going to put me in the rap department. Well, these are 5 little white kids singing R&B, so they just assumed put them in the R&B department, and it wasn't working.
Right.
Because they was taking them to R&B radio. I think at the time in R&B radio was like,
So
they
they're
would just
getting
look at
put
the cover,
along,
like, get this out of here.
because they'd be put alongside of like
Wrong
Bobby
lineup.
Brown.
Yeah.
So as soon as you put them in the pop department, it makes sense. Even though they were singing R&B, aesthetically it made sense. They knew how to work that group, and it just worked.
And like I think I was explaining this to you because they were so big when I was a kid. Like that was supposed to be my first concert.
Oh, dude.
Ended up getting snowed out, so
Went to a
To
Tony
see
Bennett
you at a New
concert.
Kids concert
There you
would be hilarious. To see you going,
one.
oh my God,
Joey.
Joey.
But like it was like I can't explain how huge it was.
Oh, it was
You
huge.
know what I mean? So for like when I met you guys, like I knew you had done a lot, but now like as I hear these stories from you guys when we do these podcasts, I'm even more blown away at like the steps you guys have taken in how you've actually shaped the music industry. Like we can look at this from just a strictly house music lens, because that's where like we come from, and that's what most people will still know you as today. But like you guys have literally altered the course of pop music.
We didn't alter the course. We were in it. We were always in it. So at the end of the day, house music for me was like, I played in it. I didn't live in it. I wanted to be R&B guy,
Yeah.
I was hanging out at the R&B clubs with the R&B girls, That's what I did.
Yeah.
Until one day, somebody got shot. He's like, oh, this is dangerous. Then there were fights, and it was like, yeah, I'm not coming back here anymore. So house music to me was like that. How can I explain this? There was a time when people were doing a lot of drugs in dance music, the disco era. House music in
it's
New
much
York.
different now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
House music in New York, they built those clubs for people who were in recovery or going through whatever they was going through. So there was no drugs, there was no alcohol
Really?
at all.
I didn't
At
know.
Club Shelter, there was no alcohol.
Really?
No, there was no alcohol. So these clubs was basically AA clubs at the end of the day, but it served the purpose.
Was Shelter Timmy Regisford's thing or no? Or is that his party?
Timmy Regisford's and Merlin Bob's. It was really Merlin Bob's, to tell you the truth. But Timmy, he's a DJ. But a lot of house clubs in New York, there were no alcohol, no drugs, no anything. These were recovering addicts that went to the clubs. And that's what made it so special. Because you can see people dancing on the floor and you can see them just releasing
Wow.
all
So
that
we're
shit.
talking early 90s.
Yeah. You can see them just
every day.
dancing and sweating and just releasing. And
Yeah.
it wasn't, there was no bottle service. It was just, you just go and you dance.
Is that where I get deep lyrics are inspired from?
Actually, yeah, kind of. Yeah, so.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, those clubs, a lot of parties were made for people in recovery.
I mean, every time I spin that one, first of all, I call you on video call.
Hey, Roland,
You're
they're
like,
playing your
"What are you
song.
doing? What are you
Which
doing?"
one? The same one I sent you 10 times earlier this month.
It still slaps. But no, like you said, like you learned something new, like hearing about this, like all the time. Like even 10 years after that, when I started going to raves, 98, 99, 2000, the culture had shifted completely by then. And then, 25 years after that, we're in a whole different place now.
Well, there was a time when, I remember a time where house music was just African Americans and gays. That was it. There was no Caucasians in house music. They were doing disco.
Yeah, still
So
the disco era.
it was definitely a division. But when the Europeans started catching on to house music, they would fly over from Europe to come to Zanzibar, to come to the shelter. And they're like, oh my God, I'm in the shelter. I cannot believe it. And I don't know when it happened, what year it happened, but it became all-inclusive slowly but surely.
So
I'm
it
pretty
wasn't
sure it has
just
a lot to do with Europe.
Black, Latin American,
Yeah,
gay.
it was everyone. But I don't remember the year it happened. It just happened.
Just
It
slowly merged into
It just
that.
slowly merged where everybody, and I think Europe had a lot to do with it because people like Todd Terry, Roger Sanchez, Aaron Perillo was going over there, and showing them what we was doing in America, and they were like, wow, one day I'm going to go to America and experience it. And they came over, and this is when people had vinyl, and they was buying imports.
Yeah.
And, it just became this thing. I don't remember the year that it happened, but it became very all-inclusive. Like,
That's incredible. Have I never heard this before?
because you're a kid.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
you always hear the famous stories too, like these records would break overseas. Like you'd have, you or someone out of Chicago or Detroit that didn't even know their records were
Yeah.
being distributed overseas.
Well, I was one of those, like South Street Player. I didn't know that was a
Told
big
me.
record
Yeah.
at all. So, how can I explain this? Where I lived in Manhattan, where Moog was my neighbor, he lived downstairs. I lived in 21st between Park and Broadway.
Is this when you guys lived next door to
he
Armand?
lived- no, Armand moved in after Phil moved out. He got Phil's old place. Armand then held it.
Legendary.
Anyway, so where I parked, Mark Finkelstein was parked in the same place. Mark Finkelstein is the owner of Strictly Rhythm Records. In '93, I did a little record for him called Who Keeps Changing Your Mind. Forgot all about it. So one day I see Mark Finkelstein at the parking lot. He goes, hey, Mark. He goes, hey, Roland, what are you doing here? I was like, get in my car like you. He goes, why are you here? I was like, I live right there. He goes, oh, come by the office sometime. I was like, sure. I said, Mark, what happened to that record we did like a couple of years back? He goes, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, he said, I'll let you know tomorrow. When Mark Finkelstein has a check for you, he calls you personally. He didn't get a secretary to call you. He calls you like, Roland, come upstairs.
There's checks in the music industry?
Dude, there's checks in the music industry. Back then, it was great. So mind you, to me, this record did nothing because I didn't hear anything about it.
So you signed it to the label.
Signed it to Strictly Rhythm.
It got printed on vinyl, distributed,
Forgot
and
all
then
about
you
it.
just...
Went to his office. He gives me a check for $33,000.
Wow.
He didn't know the record did that great. I didn't know the record did that great. And I think that's when I started putting my name on songs after that.
That's when you're like, okay, like I've seen this work.
This worked.
This is like, there's actually like a viable, like you wanted to actually put your name and your stamp on it to like
because
embody that more.
the record did so well. Trust me, when I say the record did well, I'm talking about to the point where classic European hit. Like people who didn't like dance music liked that record.
Like number one in Italy,
Yeah,
Greece,
so
blah, blah, blah.
That's when I think I started using my name. I was like, I'm gonna start putting my name on my songs. 'Cause
What do you think is different now when you have like a song that's commercially successful? Like, I mean, we'll flash back to your story in a second, but like, I think that brings up a really good point. Like back then it was like a piece of vinyl came out, it was $20 for the record. It was like really standard. It got distributed everywhere. It got sold.
it was more special. It was the reason why it was special because there wasn't so many people in the music industry. Everyone had their individual sound, right? So if you heard a Kerry Chandler record, you knew it was Kerry Chandler. His kicks is always too loud, you know? You heard a Todd Terry record, you knew it was Todd Terry because there was samples all through it, you know? Everybody had their own sound. Now, you gotta find out who is that, you know?
Yeah, it could almost be anybody.
And the difference is, there's so many differences. I mean, where do you start? Like just technology alone, just clicking on a song, it's available to you. You don't have to walk to the record store. You don't have to do that anymore. But at the same time, you're not getting 99 cents per download. You're getting less than a penny. So, and there's not a lot of people downloading. Everybody's streaming, you know this, right? So there's less money to be made in music sales, as far as mechanical royalties and things like that. It's a lot more money to be made in performance. If you're out DJing, we can use Honey Love for an example.
Yep.
I knew Honey Love when she was nothing, and a year later she's playing Coachella, and now she's gone. It took people back then 10, 15 years to get to the point where she did that in 2 years.
So, like, I mean, you know, at somebody who's like headlining back in '96 or something, right? What are the DJ fees? Because the DJ booth was also not even at the center of the.
No,
the
you didn't
stage.
see the
It was
DJ.
up in the. There was a DJ
the
booth
DJ
up in
wasn't the star.
Right.
You
Which
didn't
is
go. You didn't go see the
insane.
DJs. You went to go
Dance.
dance and be in the club environment.
Right.
Now, if the DJ was headlining, all you needed to know that he was up there DJing. You didn't have to see his face.
Like pay no attention
Yeah,
to the
pay no
man
attention
behind
to that
the
guy.
curtain.
Like
He's-
you're talking about $1,000 or something.
Oh no,
Less? More?
no,
Really?
like 50,000
To play?
headliners.
Yeah, back then. In
I wasn't a
96.
headliner. I'm letting you know this right now. I didn't get 50,000. We wouldn't be having this conversation. I wouldn't even know you. I'd be like, do I know you? You know. But there was a time where
Love
like
it.
Todd Terry and these guys were going to Europe, And they were so big and it was so new that they would have bidding wars on who could pay them the most. The clubs, it was just that arrogant.
Okay, so then that's not that much different than how it works today.
Yeah, but back then that was ridiculous.
Yeah,
pay
but
$50,000 for a DJ.
plus
I
inflation.
mean, people were giving advances. Like, what did Armand get for, you know?
Some of the remixes,
Yeah.
it's like
When
100K
you say
and up.
people like Armand, so when Armand Van Helden was my neighbor, Armand's a quiet guy. He's real chill, quiet. I went downstairs like right before Christmas or whatever, just to kind of hang out, bored. Real quiet guy. He gets a phone call to go DJ for New Year's Eve. Hey, Armand, we're sorry it's such late notice. Can you come DJ for us? You know, it's $45,000. I think I'm gonna stay home this year.
It's a year's salary for
He
some.
turned down $45,000. I feel like staying home.
Can I drive home in 90s
Dude.
money?
Yeah,
I had $20 in my pocket at the time. And I'm like, why are we friends? Like, how do we know each other? You know? So it was.
I'll DJ.
It's still a lot of money, but
see
it all
that
depends
thing.
on what level you're on. It's just different levels to these things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's not all.
I mean,
DJs.
that also probably adds to the exclusivity factor, too. Like, nah, 45 is not going to do it. You know what I mean? And that, like,
he didn't need
keeps
it.
your value.
No, it wasn't about the money. It's just like he really just wanted to stay home.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't about money. It was like, that's when you know you got money.
But so like getting back to like what's different now, like it felt more special, right? Like
was
you
more
actually
special.
had to put the effort in to go find the record. You had to put the effort in to like go to the club. You had to put the effort to like really kind of know the music and like hunt it down.
You had to take the record, the physical record itself, and walk it to the DJ booth and go, hey,
Take this.
can you play this? And he goes, I'll listen to it. I'll play it next week if it's good. I mean, you had to do the work. You had to do the footwork.
Oh, so you were still going out and doing promo?
You had to do the promo. There was no promotion companies. They had record pools.
Yeah,
There was
you
no
had your
promotion
record clubs.
companies.
But now you're saying, like, you do get distributed very easily. It's just there's so much music. It just doesn't pay as well.
It's night and day from what was then to what is now. Everything now is your laptop, you know.
Yeah.
Label works, distribution, click.
Beatports on Spotify.
Your record's everywhere in the same place everyone else's is within a click. you
It's
know.
worth less per stream, obviously, than it is buying the one vinyl record. I mean, that's really the difference. Like when I was like coming up and like learning the music industry, there were still deals and record labels, but you know, after basically 9/11,
I'll tell you what another big difference is too. Everyone had their individual sound back then, and now it seems like everyone is kind of following that last hit record. So everybody wants like, well, I want to do a record like David Guetta, because if I did a record like David Guetta, then it's like, no, that's not how it works. So therefore, now you got a ton of music out on Beatport and Spotify that sounds exactly the same.
Right.
You
it's
know,
all just an iteration of the last
so
song.
when someone actually does something different and worthwhile, it's not taken as like it should be. Like, whoa, this is incredible. It's just like, yeah, but it doesn't sound like the last 50 records that I just heard, and that's kind of messed up. And every now and then you might get a record that kind of stands out. Like, let's say Coca-Cola, right? For
Yeah,
example.
Cola.
You know, she's like Coca-Cola.
Oh, yeah, by
You know,
Camel
so,
Fat, yeah.
that was, to me, that's not a special record. It was
It's
just
original.
different. It's only original because everything else sounds the same.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, this is like where I think technology all like plays like a harmful hand in like the music industry. I mean, so many producers will get a laptop, you get a MacBook Air, you get a subscription to Splice, you crack Ableton, and you're a music producer, right?
How do you know these things, Doc?
Yeah.
How do you know these things? man?
Listen, I still have my MPC. I've been doing this since '96.
Have you always been a tech guy? Were you one of those producers?
EDM. No, but yeah, the barrier for entry is just like really low. Like technology's made it easy. Like we've always said this, like you could teach somebody to DJ in like 15 minutes, right? You could teach your girlfriend in 15 minutes and probably
They have a thing called a sync button now.
that's a whole other podcast. But so like
Plus 8 minus 8 anymore.
so technology's actually made it difficult to stand out, but easy to get in. And I always keep saying it's like, it's increased the variance. You know what I mean? There's a lot more music, but it's like a lot of it sit really in the middle of this bell curve. It's just like a lot more average music. And so you're saying there's just nowadays not as much standout records.
There's not enough standout records, and the ones that should stand out don't. And people are rewarded for mediocrity. So it's just, if
Well,
you're
people
just
are being rewarded on their image and image alone a lot of times.
like I always said, Ant, you'd be look. You got this model look. You look like a Calvin Klein model. All you have to do is open. You're good to go. But no, you want to hang around black guys and fuck
play
up your
with
life.
drum machines.
Fuck up your life.
Sorry,
No,
Mom.
But yeah, people get rewarded for mediocrity, and it's sad. And the only reason I still do it because I can't imagine myself waking up to go to work for somebody. Is I just can't do it.
Well, let me ask you a question then. There are a lot of people probably listening who are, you came into this at, like you said,
I was young.
a great time,
Yeah.
too. It was the right time. So
Yeah.
talent really rose to the top. Today, it's not as important, and it's more about brands. So how do you see people today trying to get to the top and stand out, you know?
First, when you use the word brand, the music industry turned from the music industry to the music business. So the music business is no different than Tide dish detergent.
Or
It's no
Amazon
different
or-
than a car. It's a brand. And when people figured that out, it was over for the actual creative part of music. Now it is coming back, slowly but surely in different genres.
What do you think that is?
I think this generation crave for something more than mediocrity. The new generation. I hate when people go, I wish things were like it used to be. And it's like, no, things are exactly where it should be. It's just it's going to come back. Relax. It's just not going to come back the way you want it to.
Right.
Because our time is over. At the end of the day, I look at artists like Doechii, right? To me, she's a great artist. She started from the bottom on her own. She did everything on her own via, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram.
Totally, yeah.
Artist of the year, boom. Like, no help really from anybody, other rappers going, can I get on your shit? She was like, no, this is all me. So that to me is an authentic artist, In house music, I don't see any authentic artists anymore. They're not there. When I say artists, I mean like artists, like even artists. It used to be you can go like, I want to see somebody go entertain me. Some singers.
Well, I think that
You
I think that they're there, but I think that like clout chasing, like you said, like everybody trying to follow up on the last person's hit makes it feel less special. So you'll get somebody like, I don't know, who's the young dude who's doing all the minimal stuff.
Michael Beebe. I don't know.
Like BB or whatever.
Pausa.
Yeah, like a Pausa or something like that, right? The really popular artists, you just get this like tidal wave of artists that are following up after
Where's
that.
the
So-
longevity in these guys though? Like, can you hear those guys 10 years from now doing what they're doing?
Well, the question I think becomes then, it's around, is it just, are they just destined to get washed out because there are too many people? Or is it because the music isn't original enough? And, it's like hard to make that distinction.
I'm almost at the
sometimes.
point where this is just how it is.
But why,
No, like this is just how it is. Like
No
my
question
parents,
about it.
when we switched over to hip hop is still here. This is just how it is. There were some dudes when I was little going, turn that crap off, that rabbity pop 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 shit. That's not real music. Yes, it is.
I like your old guy voice.
This
by
is
the way.
just how it is. Like, so the same thing with house music. It could be all of this, us, trying to figure it out and where's it going and this and that is all for naught. It's just how it is. It's just the way it is now. It's just not for us anymore the way we want it to be. We have to adjust. We're the ones who have to kind of like,
Right. Go with
without
it.
losing our authentic
I
self.
like that. I think that's a good perspective on it. I mean, like not try and psychoanalyze the shit out of it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
So then in terms of going with the flow, or it is what it is, as your mentality, are you embracing it? Are you using
Yeah.
technology in like
Oh my God!
interesting ways?
I just bought a new MacBook Pro and I can drag stuff in and yeah, dude, yeah, I'm cheating like everyone else
Are you using
I'm not
Wait.
building a kick like I used to.
Roland is a plug-in junkie.
I'm a
Like,
plug-in
really?
junkie.
usually it's like,
Girl, you got
it's-
plugins for days in there? You got
It's
got a
usually
connection.
my younger
Oh,
friends
no.
that you expect to call up and be like, "You gotta check this out. It just analyzes the mix of the last track, and then I can make sure."
I got a Russian
it's
connection.
rolling for
I got
me.
a Russian connection, dude. Had it for over 10
You're
years.
not supposed to say that anymore.
I got the Russian. Vladimir hooks me up with my plugins. No, but yeah, I just think we have to embrace change, and at the same time, do not lose our authentic selves, whatever that may be. And you can do both at the same time. Like I've done David Guetta records, and then did an underground house record with Ant. You can do both. I'll give you a prime example. I was living in Atlanta, and some guy called me named DJ Stretch. And he goes, "Hey, you don't know me? My name is DJ Stretch. I'm a big fan. I'm the MC for this thing called Tomorrowland." I was like, "What is that?" He goes, "It's a big festival. We do it in Atlanta too. We're here. Do you want to come?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm bored, and single." So I go out to the Chattanooga Hills in Atlanta, 2 hours from my house, and it's just mud and dirt and cars and tents. And I was like, "What the fuck?" He goes, "Festival's that way." So they put me in a little Jeep to go down there. And it's Tomorrowland, the gigantic stage, the fire, and all these different stages, and people dressed like Halloween, New Year's Eve. And I was like, it's freaky, but it's fun. Like, ooh, this is crazy. So I go backstage, food. I'm in heaven. I'm eating food, free drinks. I'm like, this is incredible. It's EDM.
Food.
It's
Period.
all EDM. I've never heard of EDM in my life.
like Swedish House Mafia and the Avicii.
Dude,
sound
Like
and
Mega
all that.
Prime.
That's the
EDM.
nice EDM. This stuff was like, it was hardcore.
Or like Bass Nectar.
So
or
I'm,
something
I'm,
like
I'm
that.
backstage, and some girl comes downstairs and goes, "Hey, how you doing?" A beautiful blonde chick. I was like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm talking and flirting. She goes, "Let's exchange numbers." I was like, "Cool." So Stretch, I said, "Yo, Stretch, I think I'm gonna hook up with this girl." He goes, "Dude, that's Mim." Like, what's a fucking Mim? From the group Nervo. What's a Nervo? Had no idea. She wanted to work together because he told her, Roland's downstairs. Then these other two guys came down and goes, "Hey man, it's really good to meet you." I don't know who anyone is. Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, we ended up doing 3 records together. Long story short, I called Todd Terry, my best buddy. "Hey Todd, I'm about to do some EDM records." Todd goes, "Don't do it. You're gonna ruin your career."
This was real
And I was like-
untouchable water at the
I was
time.
like,
Yeah.
"What career? What are you talking? I'm home. You're on tour. I'm home at an EDM festival, and these guys are offering me money to do what I do. And they all know me. I don't know them. I looked in Beatport, and there they were. Boom, #1.
Yeah.
I want to work with #1 guys. So I did the records. Forget you, Todd. You're giving me rich man's advice. I need poor man's advice. So I do the records. I think like a year later, I'm DJing in Ibiza at Amnesia with Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike.
I was there. I seen it.
Then, oh yeah, he's my
It's actually
camera guy.
dope as fuck.
Then the next day, I put out an underground house record.
Right.
My
You can do-
career's intact.
You can do it all.
You can do whatever you want to do, but a lot of people in dance music think you can only do that one thing that you're known for. But you're supposed to diversify, just like stocks. You wouldn't just invest in one thing. You diversify. It's the same thing in music. You diversify. And
I like that.
don't listen to anybody else's advice, especially a guy with money.
You know, considering all the technological innovations we do have, like you said, you just got a new laptop. It's probably bursting at the seams with plugins right now. All the I know what you got. I know you got the UAD stuff, all the native stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're using now or you've gotten recently that is really reshaping like how you record and write songs?
Yeah. There's a company called Output that has a plugin called Arcade.
Oh, I remember you showing me
Okay,
that.
but they have a new company called Co-Producer. See, got you. So you
I
put
gotta
Arcade
go.
on the channel and you put Co-Producer on the master. And it's gonna be the first plugin on your master. So when you play your music on your DAW, Co-Producer hears it and it basically loads it up to samples that will match what you're working on. So, and even if you don't want, let's say if I wanted a trumpet sound, right?
Yeah.
I want a trumpet sound. I want it to be jazzy, hard, soft, whatever, and you hit co-producer and a list of that stuff comes up. If you find one that's kinda like what you want, there's a button that says find more similar.
So is it scrolling your samples, a
No,
sample library?
it's almost like having a musician sitting next to you.
Is it like AI generated?
Yeah, it's like having a musician sit next to you, and you go listen to my track and tell me what you think. And if he's the trumpet player, you go, they just, bro,
So you could just sit down, write some
you
chords,
can type
sing
out
over
what
it.
you want it to do, and
and-
it'll just does it.
Do you think this is gonna, part of the issue that we were talking about with the, entry point being so low to get into production, kind of like created a lot of noise, right? And then people are able to just create a bunch of different sounds. Do you think this is gonna help?
You can look at it two
foster
ways. You can look at
originality?
it in the way like I use it, because I don't have musicians around me.
Right.
So if I need a bass line and I don't feel like trying to figure it out, I have extra help to help me figure that bass line out. And sometimes it's sort of what I want, and then I go, oh, that's a good idea. Let me play that. I'll play it. They gave me the idea, but I'm going to play it myself because I wanted to feel the way I wanted to feel.
Right. Swing it different. Or what.
But for what you're talking about, yeah, it just technology is to make things easier for us. You know, technology doesn't care about how we feel about being creative. They just want things to be easier. Look at our iPhones, dude. Like, think about it. Everything is easier because of technology, but it's worse because we're not using this part of our brain that we should be using. So it's a give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked a lot about different AI platforms and how we're using them, and whether it's from demoing songs or getting it to write lyrics, or you even singing in and having it change your voice to be some other AI model.
You showed me all this stuff.
There's this,
Suno.ai.
yeah, kits. I mean, there's a lot of good. And we had actually our very first Guestlist+1 podcast. We were talking with Danny Days about this. Like, it's hard to ignore these tools that make your life easier. They're really powerful, that work really good. It's just like you said, it's just how you use them. If you type in make me a Clooney song, and then it pumps out just like a generic version of it. Like, I heard a quote recently, it's artificial intelligence, not artificial creativity. Because there is something that is lacking. But like you said, if you're taking it and it's putting a seed of an idea in your head, and you can build off of it.
See, the way I use a lot of technology, let's say, I forgot, I want to say it's Automate, one of the ones that I use. I don't have background singers where I live. I don't know anyone. I know 2 people where I live for the past 3 years. I'm shut in, all right? I'm an ambivert. I need background singers. And I'm like, I can just go on one of these things and goes, I'll sing the part.
Yeah.
Upload the part to it. They give you all these different model singers.
Wow.
They do the backgrounds for me, females, males, whatever, choir, whatever, little kids.
You could say sing the
import it
fifth
right back
up.
into my session. But it's me singing, but it's different voices, and now I got my background part that I need. So that to me is like an assistance. It's not really cheating because it's like I don't have background singers. They're singers.
And
So-
it sounds pretty good, yeah.
It sounds fucking great.
And
That's
it
how
wouldn't, you
do it.
wouldn't see. Here's the thing: this is a powerful tool because you just would be like, oh, I can't get backup singers.
Yeah.
So now you can actually.
Now I
get-
can.
So it's almost releasing a part of your creativity that you just didn't have
Yeah.
before.
So there are people that take Suno and make whole records with them and put them out. Like they don't even write lyrics. Because you
Yeah.
can write lyrics and put them in Suno.ai, and Suno will go, okay, I'll do some music around this with the right prompts. But there are some guys who just go, make me a house record that sounds like do, and they go and they put it out.
I've recently been using it to like in paint or extend. Like I'll have my like 16 bar idea, I'll pop it in, and like you said, now like show me what you would come up with as another like studio musician. Like how would you write this bass line? How would you write the chords?
Like the way Calvin uses it, he showed me a way to use it. I didn't know what it could do. He'll start a song. He'll take the first 4 bars of that song and upload it to Suno and go, what would you do?
Yeah,
to the technology. And the technology, I would have did it like this. Because now I'm like that. Do it again.
yeah.
What would you do now? And until it spits out something, he goes, yeah, I like that. Now he still wrote the music. They just
So
added things
he's
onto
using
it.
his sample to prompt AI to kind of help him co-write.
he just uploaded it.
And I know Cal's probably
that's
like
cool.
me. I'll actually take the moment to be like, okay, this is how we did the keys. Let me chop up my keys like
What
that.
he does is he takes the whole session out, puts it into Logic, and adds to everything. Sometimes he replays a lot of the stuff because he doesn't like how it sounds. I've seen him just replay stuff and goes, oh, why would you do it in Suno if you're going to replay? It's like, well, I didn't want to sit there and just write a whole 36 track record by myself.
And you've been big on this since like some of the AI mastering stuff, because we were gonna sit down forever and walk through like my mastering chain and like some of the stuff I do in Ozone, and it was just like that kept getting delayed by a month and then a month,
I didn't get Ozone.
and then to the point where you're like, I just found a plugin that
Yeah, it's called God Particle.
that just does it for
And
me.
look, and God Particle doesn't even tell you what it's really supposed to do. You're supposed to look at it long enough to go, oh, there's no real rules to God Particle. It's weird.
Like, was it one of those one knob?
It just says, make sure your bass thing hit the bass thing and make sure. And I was like, that's so general. But after 6 months, I went, oh. Do I call you for mastering anymore?
No, I feel
Don't call you for mastering anymore.
feel a little left out.
I'm like, could you master this? And he won't master it. He'll go, I redid the whole song. So here you go.
Oopsies.
Thank me later. Like, what you trying to say? I suck?
Put me on the ASCAP.
So you're using, I mean, a lot of different plugins and technology,
yeah,
like
Joey Sturgis
in production.
Yeah, Joey Sturgis is one of my favorite ones. Of course, Arcade. There's a new one called Neurovox X Pro for vocals and Neuro Track.
Those look sick.
And dude, you think you thought you needed an engineer? Not anymore. They're basically EQ, and they give you all these different EQ presets, but they're not cheesy. They're really good, and they're very editable. And it's
I mean,
incredible.
that makes so much sense.
That's the one we were using,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So, flashing over to another part of technology that often gets overlooked, right? We've talked about like the record creation process. That's grown more efficient, more simpler, easier to be creative with. When your music actually comes out, is there anything you're using specifically to reach more people, to get like you said, it used to be you made a record and you like kind of crossed your fingers and hope it went out.
Yeah, like any like business tools.
What I do, I'm more personable about things now, right? I'll reach out to somebody who I don't know, who's really big, like I did it with, who did I do it with? I do it with pretty much every, what's these techno guys' name? I can't think, Turtle.
Pig and Dan?
No, not Pig and Dan.
Turtle?
They remind me of the there's these huge techno guys. I can't think of the name of the group. But I see them on the chart all the time, huh?
Tale of Us?
No. I'll think of it later.
Tale of Us had the night next to me in Privilege, right?
I want to say, it reminds us.
Enema?
No, I'll tell you. Anyway, they're pretty big techno guys because they got like 10 records on the techno charts all the time. And I don't know those guys, but I got a techno record. And I'm like, I'm just going to go to Instagram. So I go to Instagram and I goes, hey guys, my name is Roland Clark. Love your shit. They hit me back. Hey, we love your shit. I'm like, yes. Next you know, we're doing a record together. I'll give you another prime example, like Tiesto, right? We're night and day. We have nothing to do with each other. Except for some guy sent me a video of Tiesto playing my vocals in his intro of the song. I was like, let me thank him. At Tiesto, thanks for the support. He hits me back and goes, for what support? And I'm like, you played my vocal. He said, that's you? I go, yeah, that's me. He goes, oh, we should do a record together. So and when it comes to getting my records played, that's how I do it too. I'll find the biggest DJs and I go, can you play my song? Sometimes you just have to ask. I don't do the mass email thing.
You played with Vintage Culture, right?
Yeah.
At Madison Square Garden.
No, that was Black Coffee.
Black Coffee. I'm sorry, Black Coffee.
No, he would never play Madison. I'm Madison's great.
He's
not
Madison
good enough.
Garden. I'm sorry. So you played with Black Coffee at Madison Square Garden. How did that come to be? And was that
I
messaged him on Instagram?
I call him Nati. I met Nati back in the late '90s on a flight to Swaziland, and it was weird because I would see his video on MTV when I was in South Africa. I had a South African tour, and I saw his videos. But he wasn't big anywhere else except for South Africa. So I'm writing out my little card for customs. And he goes, oh, you Roland Clark, the DJ? I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm Black Coffee. And I was like, oh yeah, I just saw your video, yeah. And that's how we met. And turns out his best friend, Thimba, was the radio guy for 5 Radio in South Africa, the big radio guy. And the other best friend is DJ Fresh, who brought house music to South Africa, period. So these are best friends, and now I'm in the gang. I'm there for like 2 months, like, hey. So that's how we met. And when he blew up, he always played my music, thanks to DJ Fresh. So he just kind of called me and goes, "Hey, it's me." I call him Prince. It's a long story. It's me, Prince. I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "Hey, I'm doing Madison Square Garden." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Everybody's talking about it." He's like, "Can you do it?" And I was like, "Yeah. What you want me to do?" He's like, "Can you do I Get Deep?" And I was like, "No, I'm not doing that." Like, no. I told him no at first. Like, no, like I don't do stage stuff. And he's like, "Come on, man."
He's like,
And
"All
then
right, how about Flowers?"
it hit me, and I was like, "Wait a minute, this is
He's
Madison
gonna
Square
punch you.
Garden. Like, it's you don't say no." So I just said, "I'll do it." I said, "Well, then how much you gonna pay us?" You know, we're just having a guy conversation. He goes, "Nothing." And I went, "Okay, let's do it."
It's kind of one of those bucket list items.
No, it
though.
was like, "Let's do it."
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But at the end of the gig, he's walking around with envelopes. You know, he just wanted to see who was loyal. You know, like
Totally.
yeah, and it's cool. But he's like a brother. I don't see him as like Black Coffee. I see him as the guy I met on the flight to Swaziland.
I mean, most people look at you that way, though. You
I
know
know,
what I
right?
mean?
Say.
Well,
It's
it's
weird,
true
though.
for even for a younger generation. I think that's what is so universal about your songs, and it's like you wanted to punch us earlier, like we won't stop bringing up Flowers, you know, like or I Get Deep every time I'm out.
It's still weird.
I mean, but no, I get it. I get it. When somebody recognizes your music, it still feels like Monica earlier brought up like the song that we did
Yeah,
a
I'm like,
year ago,
what
and
are you talking about?
we don't remember it. Well, and I think that's just because we are artists, and it's like by the time a record comes out, we're on to a new thing. We want to do a new track.
And we're more creators than consumers.
I agree with you on that, and
more of
I
a
think we're always looking forward to. I mean, that's why you're so into plugins. That's why you are into like a technology platform where you could just write Black Coffee, right? Because
Yeah.
we're always thinking forward on these things to just basically. I mean, even a lot of what we worked on with the company with MuFi, it's like, how do we get musicians and artists and creators back to making music quicker rather than dealing with reaching out to fans or collecting their royalties? And that's been our mission from the beginning.
Yeah.
I think it has to be a hands-on thing. I think it's one at a time. And I think if you reach somebody who has somewhat of a following and if they like what you're saying, they're going to definitely spread the word. They're definitely going to talk about it. You know, at least that's how I do it. Like I try to just reach, let's say if I have a Soulful House record, right? I'll give it to a guy named Jihad Muhammad, who's from New Jersey. Everyone in New Jersey loves Jihad Muhammad. So I know if he plays a record, it's going to be a ton of people playing the record. It's the same thing with getting out your technology, your any brand. You know, you give it to somebody who has a little following, if they're into it, it's a trickle down thing, you know. It's just trickle down.
So that's mainly how like the technology you're using to get to fans and to communicate and get the music to them. It's essentially social media at this point.
It's social. It has to be social media. I don't have a team.
Yeah.
Everybody I know in the music industry has a team. Like, oh, I'm gonna run about it with my team. I'm like, who are these people with these freaking teams?
I think we should just start saying it.
I'm Roland Clark. I don't have a team. Like everyone has a team except for me.
We don't need, I was gonna say we don't need a team. I think we have the best crew in house
Yeah.
music. You know,
But
me,
you know what I mean,
you,
like-
Kenny, Todd, Jr.
I mean, but I think it's a testament to myself. Anyway, I came this far without management, without PR, without a team, and
Talent.
You know, so I think anybody can go as far as you want to go. Just don't stop. Just keep going. And sometimes you got to go, fuck you. And I've done that. You know, I've done that to a few A-list DJs in this
I've
industry.
been in the booth with you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
a couple of A-list DJs that I just went, and major record label owners, like, you know.
It's good to have like a line in the sand of what you're willing to do and to not do. And it seems like you've made a lot of the right choices.
When you put a line in the sand, and sometimes you got to say fuck you, it's almost like they respect you more. They might not fuck with you no more, but they're like, all right, well, you know, it is what it is.
Seems like everything's come back around. Some of those people who got the FU too, they come back around. I mean, your music is still standing the test of time. So I think you know better than anybody after all these years. The people are still going to come back around.
My rule of thumb is if you didn't do anything to make me, you can't do anything to break me. It's just that simple. If you didn't do anything to make me, there's nothing you can do to break me.
I don't have shit to say about that.
You know?
You got anything?
And that's most people. I can name one person in this music industry that I was like, he helped me. It's Todd Terry.
Yeah.
And not even musically.
No, it was
Just like, yo, bro, wake the fuck up. Dude, you can do this. Yeah,
Advice.
like, just do it.
And the one amazing thing about Todd is like 99% of the people that I know now are all through him.
Yeah.
So he's just been amazing at putting people together. We need to get him.
Yeah.
Todd,
Good luck.
coming on a podcast.
Good
I'm gonna
luck.
pin you down. So can you walk us like what you had the urban soul stuff that like really popped off in the dance music world, and then you had like a pretty rapid succession of hits after that, right? What came first? Was it Flowers and then I Get Deep? What was like? Can you give us a quick order?
The urban soul stuff came first, just before I started using my name. I want to say South Street Player came after that, and then Flowers, and then Flowers and I Get Deep. I think was in this almost the same year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I think that was almost like one's 98, one was 99. You know, and I decided to start using my name. That's all.
How about What the Fuck?
That's I Get Deep.
No, I know, but like what year?
Same thing. So Fatboy Slim sampled I Get Deep, but then he took a portion of it and made What the Fuck.
Which also then got sampled by
Tons
Katy
of
Perry.
people. Katy Perry. I forgot about that. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. I got you.
See?
I'm
You
on
got
the
it.
team.
I
You
forgot
edited
all
your
about me working with
catalog.
Katy Perry. Yeah, they got sampled by Katy Perry and hundreds of other people. And people steal it, all the time, and I catch them and stuff. But it's
I got you.
It's part of the game. But yeah, it's just you just don't stop, dude. That's all.
And so you kept, you have this commercial success with Flowers and I Get Deep. And how did you start to see, I guess, your career change at that point? Like, what were the next steps between there?
It was just me DJing more, more people recognizing me, going places where people don't know my face, but they know my voice. Like I was behind this DJ in Ibiza at DC 10, and I was just talking. The guy goes, "Roland Clark," and so that was weird. I was like, "Yeah, that's me."
I was with you
and
for
I
that
was
one,
like,
too.
"Yeah," I was like,
I
"Oh, shit."
am Roland
So, but
Clark.
yeah, things like that. It's incremental. There's no big, grand thing that happened. You're like,
yeah.
I made it, Mom. Look, But yeah, that's it. Just if I leave the United States, that's good for me. Like I'm good. I'm in Rome. I'm in Australia. Those are those.
Come hold my baby.
Please kiss my baby. Nah, but
Inside joke.
yeah, there's no big grand thing, not yet anyway, that happened. I mean, the David Guetta thing should have been like, I made it, but it felt very like, this is his record. This is not my name's on it, but this is his freaking record. Because I'm not on the stage with David Guetta. You see what I'm saying? There's a big difference between you doing a record with somebody and them doing a record with you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when he's playing and here in New York at Brooklyn Mirage and I'm not on the stage, that's his record, So, but it's it's still a moment that you go, wow, I did that,
Right. No, I mean,
did that.
and iconic, really.
Armin van Buren, the same thing. Duke Dumont. I mean, the list goes on. Vintage culture.
What's next for Roland Clark?
Working at LaRock now.
Let's go. We'll probably do a session after this.
I'm doing more soulful house stuff, believe it or not, because I got side-eyed in Miami. I was at the hi-fi spot, Dante's Hi-Fi.
Dante's, yeah.
And I was at a sofa house party, and the guy looked at me and was like, yo, man, what happened to you? I was like, what do you mean what happened? He's like, yeah, you don't
Something you don't wanna
fuck
hear.
with us anymore? Like, you just do this, And I'm like, no, I still do sofa. Like, yeah, we haven't heard anything. I was like, oh, shit, he's right.
Who was it, Spen?
Nah, just guys from I know, the real deep guys. Like,
Yeah.
You forgot all about us. So I went home and did like 6 sofa house records and just dropping them, boom, every
Really
2
took
weeks.
that
boom,
to
boom.
heart.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you work quick. When you get on the inspiration train, you just bang them out. You be like, I did an EP.
I have
like,
enough
only
records
I
right
work
now
quick.
to release for the rest of the year. I don't have to record anything else right now. I have enough music that I can just go once a month, boom, I'm done.
Any of these we should be looking towards?
Yeah, there's one coming out called We're All Legends, which is really dope.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started it with Vintage Culture. Then I took my vocals back, like, give me those,
That's the one with the choir in the
Yeah, I
background?
was like, I don't want you to have this.
Wait till you hear that one.
He got mad. I was like, I don't care. So I did it. I did new music for it, and it drops in June 20th.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. We're All Legends. It's really dope. Little kids in the back. We're all legends. It's really dope.
I don't think I've heard this one.
No, I won't.
you haven't
I
heard
won't
this
give you
one.
any of the stems.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
I got an NDA. It says here farts.
Really? That's what that
Just,
is?
it just says farts, yeah.
That's funny.
But actually, what it should say is it's now time for our signature rapid fire questions.
Yeah, that's
section.
original. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. So I'll go back to the farts thing.
No.
Plays a little better on camera.
Who can fart the fastest?
That is
First
original.
wins. That'd be a dope show.
All right, what, rapid fire farts?
Yeah, rapid fire farts.
I mean, okay, that fucking threw me off.
Answer as quickly as you can.
All right.
What's your favorite song right now?
Emma by Bon Iver.
Okay. Worst gig you've ever had, and why?
Ooh. Better Days, a long, long time ago. We had to walk to the gig, and they didn't pay us, and no one paid attention to me when I was singing on the stage. They just kind of was doing their thing, and I was like, I'm singing. You know, it was embarrassing. I got paid, got paid a little bit.
What
It
was
tickets.
What was the last song you listened to in the car before coming in here?
Dude, I only listened to Bon Iver.
Really?
I listened to a lot of acoustic. Actually, the last song I really listened to in the car was a song called Hug All Your Friends by Cave Town. No, it's a really dope
Oh, that
song.
wasn't a cue.
Look up Cave Town. It's this little skinny kid, ginger kid from England, and he's got a huge fan base of more nerdy kids like him.
Oh, you
But this
mentioned
kid
this
is
before.
dope.
Yeah.
Freaking dope. But yeah, Hug All Your Friends by Cave Town. Makes me cry. Anything that makes you cry, I'll listen to it. I don't listen to house music at all. I can't do it. There's no way.
All right.
It's like working at Dunkin' Donuts and going home and go, honey, what's for dinner? She goes, donuts. He's like, no, I just came from work, you know.
Fair.
What song made you fall in love with music originally?
Inside Out by Odyssey. It was like an emotional song when I first heard it. Inside out, oh, nothing's in you, you believe in me. It made me like choke a little bit.
Did it make you think about the parts and the music and the composition, or you just felt the
I
emotion?
wasn't that into music. I just knew it made me feel a certain way when I heard it. That's all.
Who's your all-time favorite artist?
Bon Iver.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, Bon Iver has offices right over here.
Don't play with me.
No, they're right. They're right.
Stop fucking with me.
I know exactly where they are. You want to go over right now?
Don't fuck with me.
You can message them on Instagram and say, "Hey, what's up?"
Dude, you don't understand. When I go to sleep at night, I just go, Alexa, play Bon Iver. I'm asleep in 5 minutes.
Starts playing.
Don't play with me, dude. Are you serious? All right.
What song did you have high hopes for and it didn't perform the way you expected it to?
A song called I Know You, which is an incredible song. It's one of the best songs I've ever written. It's like a friend zone song.
Yeah.
It's just all about this guy and this girl, and they've been friends since they've been childhood. And he watched her go through breakups, and he goes, yo, what about me? Like, I know you more than anybody. You know, why can't we start?
And this was your song, right?
Yeah. To me, it's my best lyrical song. Yeah.
All right, and then the last one. Do you have any rituals or routines you follow before you create a song or before you do a gig?
Besides porn?
Yeah, knew it
I
was
gave
coming.
that up. No, I mean, to me, my room has to be clean. If my room's not clean, I can't write. I got to clean up, and by the time I clean up, I'm sleepy and take a nap and wake up, and then I write a song. But that's it, you know. I just need to hear something that's inspirational.
How about before a gig?
I'm supposed to be playing at Eden with Todd in July, but I don't think that's going to happen in Ibiza.
But what's the routine? Take a nap?
Oh, for
Eat
the
some
gig?
good food?
No, it's like, as long as I got some orange juice and some kind of chocolate
There we go.
and some water.
We hit it today.
But I don't drink. Promoters love me because I don't drink liquor.
We
Yeah.
go out with our group of friends, and the alcohol bucket is full at the end of the night, and
Yeah,
all the
nobody-
water and Red Bulls are gone. So
Yeah.
we're
Yeah, when I
cheap
played at
dates.
Brooklyn Mirage, I ordered all this expensive 1942, and my friend Omi just went, just put stuff in her
Yoink.
bag, and I was like, just take it home. Yeah,
Have fun.
yeah.
I think that's it. I think we got to call it.
Let's call it,
I'm
'cause I'm hot.
super glad. Yeah, it's so hot in here. But
It's you two guys.
yeah, seriously.
Well, Roland,
Roland,
thank
yeah.
you again for coming on and telling us your story. We do appreciate it.
Let's see if he
Your
does it
music
right.
speaks
Oh, he did it right.
volumes.
I'm all right.
Yeah, he knows what to do. But your music speaks volumes, man. It's endured the test of time. I'm happy you came here to share the story with us, and that future generations of dance music get to listen to your songs, and you keep making it
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah. Listen to the music.
Listen to the music.
That's
it.
all. Just listen to the music.
All right. We out.
Peace.
Thanks.